So I started to get this idea briefly today. Of course, they're going to start going in reverse with construction vehicles as soon as I start the podcast. Fantastic. Anyways, so Lexi, I thought to myself earlier, I said, wow, there's been many times in the past when I have thought it's really pointless for me to do the podcast intro.
It's impossible?
No. No. What I'm saying is, it's very possible for me to do the podcast intro right now. What I have considered in the past is maybe I shouldn't do it. What is the point of me doing the podcast intro? There has been many times in the past when I thought to myself, why even bother doing the podcast intro? Everybody knows that this podcast comes on at 8 p.m. every Wednesday. Everybody knows that we've been podcasting for nearly 10 years now. So I thought to myself, there are times when I think to myself, doing the podcast intro is pointless. There are times, yes, there are times that I think that. 'Cause in my mind, I imagine that most people know that we have been doing live streams, going live and doing podcasts for nearly 10 years. I just expect people to know that. It's a flaw.
Right. Yeah, and I kind of see where one would start thinking that after doing something like for a long period of time. Oh, everyone knows this by now. Like everyone knows Sepsiss, but like
It's
if
not
we
true.
go 2 feet outside our door, no one knows who the fuck we are. No one even knows our first name.
Right.
So I totally get that.
And this is okay. But it dawned on me the other day. I need to, as I always do, as soon as I consider not doing the podcast intro, I'm reminded instantly of why I do the podcast intro redundantly every single time. As soon as I'm challenged, as soon as I objectively think to myself, how purposeful is it that I continue to do the generic podcast introduction? How valuable, how important is that going to be? As soon as I start considering that, as soon as I want to determine how important it is, someone walks into my life and proves to me why I need to do the podcast intro all over again. As generic as it is, as old as it is, there's times I don't want to. I just want to jump in. So
you can't.
I wanted to just jump in today and just do the fucking articles. And then it dawned on me, I can't. I have to do the intro.
Have to do the intro.
So I've never done it. Go ahead, grab it. I seem to lost my juice.
It's under the table.
Oh, there it is. So, without further ado, I'm going to do a generic intro. Look, I want everybody to read along with me. I apologize ahead of time. All right. Welcome to the Sepsiss Show.
Hey.
Music. Look, read it with me. Music, technology, current events, social media, and more. Okay, I'm going to go over that again. This is a chat and podcast and a live stream called The Sepsiss Show. We cover music, technology, current events, social media, and more. There's no, I mean, and I know it's like pause for dramatic effect. No, I need you to understand this is what we're doing.
That's literally what we do every week.
Right. I'm not responding to bad press. This is not a video where I'm communicating parasocially with people. This isn't a sneak diss. This isn't a diss track. See what I'm saying? Y'all know we are.
We're not a part of the beef.
Listen, we go live every Wednesday, and some people see us, some people don't. In reels, in lives, on the internet, in wacky comment sections. Sometimes people see us, sometimes people don't. But I promise you, just because you see us live or in a reel, it doesn't mean you're in proximity to me personally.
Ooh, that part.
That's
So
why I'm reading.
important.
That's why I'm reading. That's why I'm generically reading to you that I'm not musicking at you. When Sepsiss makes music, we're not musicking at people.
Mhm.
When we're podcasting, we're not podcasting like to you, the individual. You're going crazy.
Relax.
We're not thinking about you. You know who you are. We're not thinking about you.
Last thing on our mind.
The purpose of us being in this band is just rocking out and being with our friends, man. The purpose of us being in this podcast and doing this podcast is we have a lot of fun with it. And at the same time, we learn about accounting, technology, AI, and social media. So what that means is, okay, if we are covering an article or story on the internet about social media, it's not because we're in a personal feud with someone or an individual. That is the nature and the subject matter and content of the conversational space on the podcast. This is not a place. We don't use music or art as a place to sneak diss or dump our dirty laundry. It's just entertainment. It's just a podcast. A podcast about music, art, technology, social media, and more. We're not podcasting at you or to you specifically. If you moved on with your life or died in a fiery plane crash, we're just going to go live next Wednesday and we're going to cover music, art, technology, social media, and more. That's not a sneak diss. That's what we were doing before. That's what we're going to do later on. And that's what we're doing right now. Lexi, do you have anything to add to this? I feel like you may have some colorful commentary. People need to know what we're doing here.
You need to understand that this is just a program like TV.
Right. We put the
Like
articles.
YouTube.
Yes. We're not
We don't know
covering you. Right.
We don't know you. We don't know you.
Just because we go live doesn't mean we know you.
Right. We don't know you.
You may know of us.
Right.
But we don't know who you are.
We don't know you. Who are you?
I don't even want to know.
Right.
We don't even want to know who you
So-
are. There's people that choose to watch this program and there's people that choose not to. But we don't care one way or the other.
If you're new here and something, tickles you or something doesn't sit right with you, you're probably in the wrong algorithm
That's it.
and step away. We're gonna social media and more.
The purpose of this podcast isn't you.
Right. We don't know you, remember?
And I don't want to make anybody upset. But none of you, and I'll include myself, none of us are that important.
No.
Not as individuals, we're not. So this is a podcast about music, technology, current events, social media, and more. So if it seems like we've been covering backtracks a lot, it's because that's what we've always covered since the beginning of us going live. If you hear us having conversations about AI, we've been covering topics like that for over 7 years. If you see us covering tabloids and celebrities and the climate, those science and technology and social media has been the topics and the content of this conversational space this entire time. It's just that you're new here. And this is why I have to do the generic intro.
So welcome. Grab some popcorn. Hop into the chat. Say hello.
We are a hard rock and heavy metal band, but not just. We also do a podcast.
This is what you're watching.
It's live. You're welcome to chat along with us. This is a program where we examine the details, the stories and articles about the music industry. This is a podcast where we chat and talk about modern technology, AI, marketing, advertising, social media, gadgets, technology, streaming, banking, and the laws and litigations and conversations in the courtroom that are in relation to the technology and the gadgets and gizmos in the music industry. And we have these conversations in this space, not as experts, but as people that are learning along with our actual authentic fan base. So you may or may not even belong here. I mean, I don't know. Do you know what you're doing here? The people that are here, the people that support the band, they already know what they're doing here. What are you doing here? So if you find yourself here and you don't support the band and you're not sure what this, what the podcast or conversation space is about, stick around, see if you fit in, and we welcome you to be a part of the conversation. Like Lexi said, if something makes your skin crawl or tickles your belly button, feel free to step out the back. But that's what we're doing here. We're covering stuff like Facebook and technology and crypto, and it's a program where we examine the details, the stories, and articles about the music industry. We actually put them up on the screen behind us, so we are not presenting ourselves like experts.
We're not experts at all. We're probably learning along with you. Like, we'll come across some words and we'll look up the definitions. That way you can know what they are too.
We also cover social, cultural, and legal topics that relate to the music industry in our everyday lives. Love us, hate us, or fucking study us. This is the Sepsiss Show. All right, we got to get right to it. Everybody, stick around. Make sure you guys stick around because tonight we are going to be interviewing Maine heavy metal rockers 3FD, who are also and will be performing this September 19th at Jewel for Swarmy Fest.
Woo!
So make sure you get your tickets to Swarmy Fest. They're available right now. There's a couple tables left. And there's a whole bunch of news coming out regarding that. It's moved now from not one, but 2 guitar giveaways. We have the bands, we've got the dancers, we've got the girls, we've got the sponsors, we got the after party. You guys know what time it is. It's Swarmy Fest 5. I want to see everybody there. Bring a friend with you. Please, please, please. Stick around to the end of the podcast tonight so we can check in with 3FD. You guys don't want to miss it. All right, let's get right to it. Do you think that was generic enough for the intro?
I think it's pretty generic, but next week we could probably up the genericness.
I know. I was gonna write a new generic editorial.
Could really add some spicy genericness.
I can really spread it on. What is this?
What is what?
It's an advertisement I can't get rid of. I can't fucking stand it. Do I have to?
Excuse us. We don't like your blocks.
All right. Well, look at the pretty picture. Look at that. Look at that. Look, it's fucking with me.
I'm looking for the 3 dots.
You can't. It's a trick. All right. That's okay. We can just read it.
There,
because they're gonna do advertisements regardless. Social media platforms still facing thousands of user addiction lawsuits after failed appeals. Like, this is a story that we cover, guys. Like I told you, social media, technology, and more. Social media companies like Meta, TikTok, Snapchat, and Google are facing a long road of litigations over claims that they intentionally designed their products to be addictive to minors. Did y'all get that? Did y'all get that? I just want to stop quickly because somebody might hear what I just said in a 15-second clip, and they might think that that's my opinion, Lexi. See, some people that are new here, if you're new here, you might see me reading this, or you might hear this in a 20 or 30-second clip, something I just read, and you may not like the news from this article. This is TechCrunch. You guys are welcome to follow along. This isn't something that I just made up. This is news provided by TechCrunch about social media platforms. That means if you don't like the news that I have or something that I'm saying here makes you upset, it's not that it's William's opinion that's making you upset. It's that you don't like the news that TechCrunch has provided, and I'm the one that's reading it to you. I'm just reading to you the news. I don't know if you guys get that or not. So let's try again. Social media platforms still facing thousands of user addiction lawsuits after failed appeals. What does that mean? It means social media companies like Meta, TikTok, and Snapchat are currently facing a very long road of court litigation. That means being sued over claims that they intentionally designed their products to be addictive to minors. And they're going to examine those claims in a peer-reviewed court of law with experts. And those experts are going to examine the details of those claims.
The books are coming out.
But the greater point here is, no matter how I feel about it, there is a process that exists where experts, not me, are going to look over those claims and determine whether they intentionally design their products to be addictive to minors or not. So whether or not you like that news, that's something that will be determined in a court. According to a report from Reuters, San Francisco, 9th District Circuit Court of Appeals denied the platform's attempt to defend themselves from thousands of lawsuits through an argument based on Section 230, which protects publishers and platforms from being held liable for users' posts. The companies argued that Section 230 could also protect them from the claim that they did not warn the public about their addictive design choices. Okay, it's too early to say how these addictive design lawsuits will pan out, but so far, this is what I want you to understand. Please understand this, okay? Please understand this, okay? We're all on Facebook right now. Please understand this. Meta lost 2 lawsuits over similar issues, marking the first time that the platform was held liable over child safety concerns in jury trials. That means no matter what Sepsiss' opinion is, no matter what William's thoughts are on it, the reality is that Meta is paying millions of dollars to victims for child safety concerns, man.
That's crazy.
That now so when we make the argument that any kind or sort, anytime that we make conversation about any kind or sort of technology being harmful, we have to consider the panoramic consequences from not just AI, not just social media, not just Google. We need to take a look at all of it And we can't just cherry pick bits and pieces when it suits our luxury and convenience. Do you have any thoughts?
I think this is a step towards some progress with Meta being held liable under jury trials for child safety concerns.
There's abusing kids and getting away with it, and then there's, being caught abusing kids and being held accountable.
This shows what's coming for the rest of the social media platforms.
I agree. Oh. Let's take a look here. I didn't even know that this was coming up next. New Mexico court orders Meta to pay an additional, not a one-time fee. New Mexico court orders Meta to pay an additional $567 million in child safety cases. A New Mexico court judge on Thursday ordered Meta to pay a fine of $567 million on top of the $375 million levied in March in a case regarding social media harms and addiction. This brings the total fines the company has to pay to $942 million. I just want to show you that while you think that nothing is happening in the background,
oh, it's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening, people. That's almost $1 billion.
So when you have, so the short answer is modern day social media and apps like Meta, Snapchat, and Instagram harmful to children? The answer is yes.
Definitely.
Decided by many legal experts.
And a jury. Beyond a reasonable doubt.
The court also ordered Meta to make changes on how its platforms function in the state. It wants the company to remove like counts and only show such metrics to children under 18 with an approval from a parent or guardian. I mean, I'm kind of with that. Like, children need to be children. They don't need to worry about being bankers.
Mm-hmm. Children,
or maybe they do. I don't know. Here's my thing. I don't want to tell nobody else how to raise their own kids. Different kids have different needs. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, which is why children should have their own internet.
I don't want to get into I do agree with that, by the way. I don't want to get into
I could tell you to raise your kids, but there's one thing. The internet.
Yeah, for sure. She's crazy. So we're on Facebook right now, right? As well as YouTube and other places. And then somebody might make the argument or see us cover an article like that and say, hey, you guys don't have the credibility. You're hypocrites for covering an article like that while live streaming on Facebook. Some people might feel that way. And this is where I'm trying to reach out to my most intellectual. There's two kinds of people you can be on social media, on Facebook at any given time, okay? You can be the person that's creating the content or the person consuming it. So what we've done as a band, instead of being just a band, a meaningless band with no point, with no purpose, just for music's sakes, making music for music's sakes, we have, instead of just making music for music's sakes, we have used our platform, we have used our recordings to stitch in messages of motivation, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That is our core purpose as a band, is to develop and examine emerging truths. So where some people may feel that, oh man, we're really losing credibility for covering this kind of material and content on Facebook, I think that if you took a moment, you would realize that we've used this platform to discover and to introduce some of the difficult conversations. Instead of just using Facebook to show our butt cheeks, instead of just using Instagram for feet pictures or memes or bashing products or rooting for sports teams or self-promotion, which are all great reasons to use the internet. Do what you must. But the point is unlike a lot of bands, we're not just promoting on Facebook. We're not just playing music. Our music has a message, and we're not just asking people to buy tickets to our shows or podcasting. The reason why we take extreme accountability by covering topics and articles like the one you just saw, the reason why we retain our credibility is because we are using the platform to present and push forward progress on conversations that otherwise would not be had. So whereas one person is using Facebook to twerk, I don't have any problem with that. Or to do marketplace, I don't have any problem while you're using social media. We use our band, our music, our social media, we use to present conversations and articles like the one that you just saw. And the very reason for us using Facebook to do it is one and the same. So we can show you in real time that we are all hypocrites, that we are all polluters. Only some of us have more credibility than others. But if you can't admit that you're a polluter, then you lack more credibility than me.
Real shit.
We're not here to be experts. We just put the stuff up and talk about it.
Feel free to join us in the chat.
This is kind of interesting. I'll let you read this one.
Southpaw FLHC deny allegations of Nazism as Resistor and Resist LA drop off the band's fall tour.
Ouch.
Wow. Both Resistor and Resist LA have vacated their support spots on their newly announced fall U.S. tour with Southpaw FLHC. That track was announced earlier this week and is scheduled to launch on September 29th. Today, August 8th, both Resistor and Resist LA announced they had withdrawn from the track, citing recent controversy. Resistor said this afternoon.
Trek.
Trek?
Trek.
Trek?
Yeah, like a trek.
Trek?
Yeah, like a hike. Like a tour. Not a track. A trek.
Trek.
Okay. Trek. It's like a trekking along the tour. Trekking along the path, you know?
Trek. Okay. Trek. Okay. The withdrawals from their tour come in light of renewed scrutiny online lately surrounding concerns of a Southpaw FLHC member apparently wearing merch from a brand alleged to have ties to Nazism early in the year. Those accusations have been circulating on social media for months now. Today, on their Instagram, Southpaw FLHC were called out over the matter on social media and issued a reply. They said, so you guys are going to be collaborating to release Nazi merch like the ones that your members like to wear and promote. Southpaw issued following denial, saying, "Not a single person in this band is a Nazi. Dead that shit." Take a look at the history of this band, our music and music videos. You will quickly identify the fact there are mixed races within our friend group. There are also mixed races within our band members. Take a look at the last collab on our page with a couple of bands.
Look, I'm not going to listen to the "I got black friends" bullshit.
Yeah.
This is what I will say though. They said dead that shit. I get, at least they publicly said dead that shit. I mean, how do you're not going to be able to prove like who doesn't like who and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
And a couple of things, like it just goes out to show that heavy metal and hard rock still have a lot of issues with calling people out and racism, evidently. It just shows you this type of behavior is still a concern. So whether true or false, it's still an ongoing topic. It's still like the sexual assaults that you see in hard rock and heavy metal. These are conversations that come up frequently in hard rock and heavy metal. Is the Nazi stuff, the white supremacy stuff, the MAGA bullshit, the sexual offenses, the sex offenses on minors. You hear a lot of this stuff in hard rock and heavy metal. And that's why we continue to cover it. I also want to say that this isn't a courtroom, and what it shows is that hard rock and heavy metal still has a lot of work to do in the ugly department.
Definitely.
And that they still hard rock and heavy metal still have a lot to do in the calling people out, in the canceling, in the rumors. No matter which side or end of the stick you want to measure, heavy metal is still pathetic and petty. And it's still not so much about the crime, because that type of behavior, racism is rather popular in hard rock and heavy metal. So it's never about the crime. There's a bunch of bigots and outwardly racist people, misogynists, and sick people in hard rock and heavy metal. And those people are embraced widely. So it's not so much about the crime. It's more so, when it comes to hard rock and heavy metal, it's more so about catching somebody in a cover-up and exploiting their credibility online, because that matters to a certain kind of person. Not everybody's seeking that kind of validation, though.
Everybody wants to take everything to Instagram.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's an ugly story and situation to have come up. It's only, because it's like one band member could do something ugly and ruin the whole tour, right? So like people that are in bands, they constantly have to be careful of who they're allowing into their circle, because somebody could be a sex offender, or
you really got to
have some kind of
your research to vet these people out.
I think people should give bands a break though too. Just because one guy had a nasty racist T-shirt on in 1998
doesn't mean the whole band.
Doesn't mean that's the whole band.
Right.
It doesn't mean that that's the way they feel now.
Right.
People change. I mean, now I'm this is my opinion. This is me sharing my humanity. I believe in second chances. You know what I mean? I also believe, as disgusting as this sounds, if you want to be a disgusting racist puke, I think that you should be allowed to in your own home, in the privacy of your own adult space. I mean, be as ugly as you want to be. I feel if you're not dragging people down and you're not outwardly, publicly antagonizing people criminally, I mean, do whatever you want to do. I don't want to be a part of any groups or ideas that are standing in the way, really, of people being who they want to be in private. You know,
Yeah.
if you're being disgusting and taking a shit on the sidewalk, I can see how that's bringing down the neighborhood value. People might have an issue with that.
Right.
That affects people directly in your proximity. You know what I mean? Like that's
some behaviors you should just leave at home.
if you shit on your floor, no one's going to
That's
bother
one
you.
thing.
If you shit on somebody else's porch, you could stir up some controversy.
Mm-hmm. If you don't start no shit, there won't be no.
There won't
shit.
be no shit. No, you're right about that. Why can't I get this right? Are you seeing this?
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, we already did this one.
Oh.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. This just
Oh,
in.
wow. This is crazy. I can't believe these things are going on and on and on. This seems to be, last week it's AI. This week it's social meteors. Australian teen social bans are having little effect. A new report shows that usage hasn't changed significantly as teens continue to check in by getting around the restrictions. I mean, I think having these social media bans on teens are just a way for them to start the foundation and structure and legal framework of the future.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, this sounds like everything that they're about to start doing with the whole bans and stuff. This is all in beta. No one's done this before. No country also has ever collectively banned a thing in the internet.
Right, and they're
like
not
this. You know?
they're not going to beat the shit out of teens.
Right.
No, this type of legislation, these type of laws are put in place so they can hold social media companies accountable in the future.
Yeah. These are long term.
Kids are going to be kids.
Yeah.
Kids, like when we were kids, we used to steal fuck mags, you know,
Right.
when the guy used to go back and check on something out back in the corner store.
Mhm.
You know, we go in, have the guy check on something out back. Hey, you guys they go out back, we steal cigarettes and fuck magazines and
Right.
40-ounce bottles.
There's ways to get around all kinds of restrictions.
We used to do that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know, stay up on the phone all night till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, talking to girls and shit. Your mother pick up the phone downstairs. I can hear you guys talking. You know, that's how it used to be.
Teens are going to be teens.
Right. So, and they need kids to be kids so responsible adults can write the correct laws.
Hold the tech bros responsible.
Yeah, I don't see no problem with this. This is just business as usual. I'm glad they're doing it.
It's just starting the process.
I appreciate it, really. We'll be covering it. What the fuck is that? I don't think I even want to go down this road.
Uh-oh.
Nah. I'm going to skip this one out. Not today. All right, everybody. Now remember, as we're moving through this, none of this is my opinion. So if you see me covering AI, if you see us covering social media, it's not because of some weird fucking parasocial connection to you.
Yeah.
And when I say you, I mean you. I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
You know who I am because you're watching the program. I'm not watching you. I don't think about you.
We don't even know you.
We don't know you. Sometimes people like to pretend that they know us because they've seen you in a clip.
But they don't know me.
They don't know you.
And I don't know you.
And we don't want to know you.
Feelings mutual.
Google says hackers are calling financial firm employees to hack and extort victims. Can you fucking believe that shit? Google says hackers are calling financial firm employees to hack and extort victims. Let's check it out. I tell people all the time, the music industry, social media, AI, and stealing art in general is an American tradition. Even in the age of AI-powered autonomous cyber attacks, the crude, tried, and tested hacking techniques of tricking victims into doing things they shouldn't are still producing great results. Groups of unknown hackers are targeting and breaking into large financial and investment firms in the United States with the goal of stealing sensitive data to extort victims with the threat of publishing it. Google security researchers wrote in a report on Thursday. The company did not name the victims, but Reuters reported that among them, there are leading private equity firms such as Apollo Global. I don't know who none of these people are. Bain Capital, Blackstone, Bridgewater, and CME. Nobody knows none of that. We don't know none of this stuff.
We know none of these things.
This is well out my pay grade.
Right. Bow.
The hacking group, which Google dubbed Falcon Helix Pink Redact, are using an old-fashioned technique to break into the firms. I mean, old-fashioned? I thought we had the latest, cutting-edge, up-to-date security, that money...
I guess it's just so updated that old-fashioned tricks can just skim me right past all those firmware, firewall, weird shit.
When you rely and depend on Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, all you got to do to kick a motherfucker's ass is show up with some walkie-talkies.
That's what I'm saying.
What's the sense of having a laser gun if you need your fingerprints to access it?
And someone has a knife.
Right. They'll stab you up before you do.
What the fuck is your laser going to do when someone has a knife?
Hold on. Let me access my Wi-Fi.
The fuck is your Starlink going to do?
This is the problem that I have with, like...
The fuck? You're just so updated. That's going to take 5 minutes, and in that 5 minutes, you're going to die.
If you have to sign into your glasses to sign into your car... All right.
You have lost the plot.
Right. Do you realize, and I'm just gonna blow everybody's mind right now. When you have a license to something, like software, you know how you hear like they having these or like software licenses, right? Yeah. A license doesn't mean you own it. Like even in music, right? Like for instance, in music, there's music that's licensed to be played on Facebook. Facebook can play it, but they don't own it. They have a license for it. Mm-hmm. That means you don't own it. If you have a license, paper. You're right. If you have a license, it means you don't own it. So, like, even in terms of the DMV, you don't own that. It's a license.
It could be taken away. It's an
app. The actual card doesn't make you a more skilled or responsible driver.
No. It's
a subscription.
You just look like you have privilege.
Right.
And privileges can be taken away.
They can. That's an interesting topic.
It's not just a child thing or a child thought. Right. No. Adults can have their privileges taken away.
Yeah. And that means all shades. Sizes and versions.
Yeah, your privileges can be taken away. Doesn't matter what the fuck you look like.
That's true. I'm going to leave it at this. Here's the thing. I think it's funny when we cover Google and banks and these huge Fortune 500 companies and AI companies that are all boasting the latest and greatest cutting edge security and technology to us. They're selling it. They're promoting it. We're supposed to buy into it. But they cannot stop AI-powered autonomous attacks. And they can't, as they admitted here, they can't even stop the old school walkie-talkie attack.
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
You're so modern. You're such a tech bro that someone with a fucking BB gun can just walk up in there and just...
Like, I feel like that is the
someone
funniest.
could just trip the fucking wire and your shit's all fucked up.
I mean, it's just like having the common enemy and conflict that nobody can solve. It's just an endless money pit. Like, if you have a conflict, even in war, like the Iran thing or the AI thing, if you just have a common, if you don't know what it was doing before, what it's doing now, and you can't predict what it's going to be doing in the next 3 weeks, that's called gambling.
And a lot of you are bad gamblers.
And a lot of y'all are bad gamblers. I don't know. People can't tell you what AI was, what it's supposed to be now, and what it's going to do later on. So far, it can only make images and text.
That's not very extravagant.
It's not very advanced. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess Facebook wants to charge people money some more.
They're trying to colonize.
So the company is offering new ways to build audiences and grow follower accounts, according to social media. Sounds like pay to play.
Yep.
If you give us money, you'll be able to grow.
It sounds like he's trying to get more money so he can continue to colonize his island in Hawaii.
She's actually not kidding about that. Look up the island that Mark Zuckerberg wants to colonize in Hawaii. Meta wants to sweeten the deal for Meta One subscribers. So it's adding more options designed to help drive growth. Dude, how about just not getting hacked and fucking with bots? That's what people really want. People want the internet 15 years ago, G.
I would love the form of Facebook where I can send invites and I don't have to be logged out later.
Like enhanced profile, enhanced links sheet.
Like, I don't want to be freaking banned from Facebook from inviting 10 people to a group. Wow.
As displayed in these screenshots, which were posted by Threads on social media research John Manzono, Meta is alerting its paying users to a range of improved and updated incentives. A bigger follow button on Reels to help user Facebook profiles build an audience. Oh my God, we already had a follow button. Why not just have one?
We already have one. How much bigger do you want it to be?
Expanded access to artificial intelligence. No.
Stop.
No. We don't want it.
Not in Messenger. No. Get the fuck out of here.
Enhanced profiles. Like, what does that mean? It's so generic. Making it easier to display other off-platform sites.
Oh, what? So I can post your YouTube link now?
Gives a shit. Profile listing improvements, including the options to add up to 3 locations. Well, here's the thing. Like, we had the ability to tell people where else to follow us, and we still do.
Yeah. You're not doing anything.
This is being promoted as a means to grow followers automatically. That's not a real thing.
That doesn't matter.
Grow followers automatically. Grow your audience having follow invitations sent to the people who engage with your content. People already have that sort of shit. We
already have that.
We got it already.
You did nothing. Oh my God.
That's crazy, right?
You did nothing, but you want money. We don't want to help you colonize your island. Stop.
They want money for what they want is money for product features that they've already given us years ago that they've taken away.
You've done nothing.
So the products that they've taken away from us, the tools that they used to offer us, they've now taken them away and now representing them as new products that we can pay for. Do you get it? What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what people want or what they don't want. But that's what they're doing. And all we're doing is putting it up on the screen.
We're talking about it.
People are gonna buy into it or they're not. It's not good news. It's not bad news, really. It is what it is. This is where we're at now.
This is what we've allowed.
This is where we're at for pollution. This is where we're at with sexual assaults. This is where we're at with the judicial system. This is where we are fucking at. And if anybody doesn't like it, think about how you're using Facebook. If you don't like what fast food companies are doing, think about your relationship to them. Think about how much money you're giving them. If you don't like AI, think about every time you use it to cheat on your homework. If you are so opinionated, if you're ethical, if you're moral, if you're going to throw a fucking temper tantrum, ask yourself, not the world, what you're going to fucking do about it. Don't whine and make noise. If you have a strong opinion about Instagram, why not use Instagram as a place where you can host conversations about it? If you don't like YouTube, then build a channel about YouTube and tell your fucking friends. Don't point out at the world and say, fix pollution. Look at your relationship as a consumer with the products and the relationships with those products and the relationships that you have with these fucking billionaires and companies and corporations. Don't look at your neighbors. Don't look at your bands and your fellow bandmates and your colleagues. Start asking questions for the people that manufacture this shit. The people that are building data centers. Don't look at me and Lexi why we're talking about AI. Ask Mark Zuckerberg why we're talking about AI. Don't throw a temper tantrum. Get involved. Get educated. Instead of complaining about these platforms, you have a choice not to use them. But if you're going to make a complaint, if you're going to be outspoken, then why not use these platforms? Why not use these conversational spaces to host conversations that lead to the changes that you're hoping for? Otherwise, you're just throwing a temper tantrum. Amazon's new Texas AI data center will include massive amounts of air pollution. It doesn't matter how morally you think you're using AI. AI destroys the environment. Some of us can admit it, some of us can't. Social media harms children and teenagers. We can use this platform to talk about it, or we can use our silence as a privilege.
Right.
We are all hypocrites. We are all polluters. Only some of us lack the credibility to fucking admit it. Mm-hmm. I admit that social media is a harmful place. And that's exactly why I use this space to teach and to talk about it and to examine the details of these articles. I'm not just sitting around whining about it. I have my complaints, but instead of just yelling at the clouds and complaining about Mark Zuckerberg or AI, I'm bringing up these conversations in a space, in a controlled environment where we as adults can seriously examine the details of what all of these articles and the collection of emerging truths that we have available to us. Instead of sweeping it under the rug and pretending that I'm not a hypocrite.
Right.
If you're using a cell phone, you know some African kid had to climb into a cave and mine out cobalt steel for your chipsets. If you're wearing Nikes on your feet, chances are some kid in a sweatshop had to work 14 hours a day to do that. You can't admit it? You guys can't admit the cigarette.
Information's out there.
You guys can't admit yet what the cigarette companies have done. You guys can't admit what the alcohol companies have gotten away with.
They can't admit to losses.
There's something to be said about any person that can't admit to when they're losing. Mm-hmm. You gotta know. Mm-hmm. It's like double the bad news for people that don't know they're losing. Mm-hmm. Not only do you not know that you're losing. Amazon's new Texas AI data center will include massive amounts of air pollution. That doesn't matter if you use AI for your grocery list. It doesn't matter if you use AI for your college homework. If you use AI, it's going to cause pollution. Lex.
In 2019, Amazon signed the Climate Pledge, aiming to help Earth's environmental health. In 2026, Amazon aims to set a record for the most air pollution emitted by a single power plant.
Yo, look at how dishonest and nasty that cheap company is. Amazon's so fucking cheap. There's nothing even at that store that I want to buy anymore. In 2019, they pledged to try to keep us all safe. They pledged to the planet, for the greater good of the planet, that they were going to help Earth's environmental health. And in 2026, Amazon aims to set a record for the most air pollution emitted by a single power plant. What a bunch of fucking sickos.
Oh, wow. The New York Times reported that the company is building a new natural gas burning power plant in Pecos County for a huge AI data center project. The plant, if built as planned, would emit approximately 33 million tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere annually, making it among the largest emitters in the United States.
That means if we, if me, if you, if Mark, if Elon's Pizza, if any of us generate another image, if we generate documents, if we make movies, if we even add effects to our music videos or change the lighting in a picture or add a filter. If you use AI, you are a fucking polluter. If you are driving a petroleum fuel burning vehicle, you are a fucking polluter. There's only two kinds of people. People that know that and people that are denying that. We know that social media, Facebook, has to give out nearly $1 billion fucking dollars for harming children and teens. And we are on Facebook right now being hypocrites, using Facebook, the same company that manufactures gadgets and products that hurt fucking children. The difference is we are using this platform to tell you the truth about it.
It's the truth. You can look it up yourself. Like I said at the beginning of this podcast, the information's out there. If you don't like it, you can click off.
AI data centers are already known to have multiple huge downsides to their construction. Aside from their huge carbon emissions, they're also known for generating massive amounts of noise pollution, and they can raise utility bills for nearby, usually poor residents if they use the local electrical grid. Amazon's new plant won't necessarily do the last thing, as it's providing its own power using natural gas, but the proposed carbon emissions would still be damaging the environment, and they don't give a shit. And you're not going to give a shit the next time you use ChatGPT. I've just read you how dangerous and destructive AI is. I just read to you today how dangerous and destructive social media is, and we are all going to continue to use it. Only some of us will use these platforms and these tools to fight these bastards, and the rest of you will sit by in silence. And silence is a privilege. Stay tuned for 3FD coming up next. And welcome. We're so excited today. This is a special edition and interview with our friends and new Swarmy Fest performers, 3FD. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having us. Hi, guys.
Thank you guys so much. This is a different style conversation space. So I want to get the generic stuff out of the way. I want to first thank you for taking the extra time out of your lives to be here. And I wanted to let you guys know first that when we were choosing performers for Swarmy Fest, you guys were one of the first bands that came up in conversation. Yes.
Really? That was a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Sepsiss is very unique. We do a lot of theatrics and wardrobe and dressing up. I see you guys got the masks on today. Very cool. We play a lot of dress up and cosplay, and we're a very unique, different band. We sound different. We look different, and that's because we are different. So when we're always looking to add not just different bands, but new bands to the Swarmy Fest alumni. How long have you guys been a band, and where are you from?
10 years. We're based out of
where are you guys from?
Maine. Yeah.
Are you guys all from Maine?
Yes. Yes. Yep.
Oh, cool. And how long have you guys been a band?
10 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why haven't we played with you guys before?
Wow.
Where have you been all of our lives?
We got through phases, so our goal was to be just local rock stars, so to speak. And then, here we are. We just, after 10 years, we decided to venture out into New England.
Yeah, we've evolved over the years. We kind of started early, trying to be different, go with costumes. So we all had a color for our wardrobe and a different style of who we were. He had purple to Charlie. Scotty wears white. I wear black. And our former singer, when we first started, was wearing red because he dressed up like a devil. So it was just like, yeah, we're just gonna have fun and make some good music. That's what it was all about.
I've only been with them for 4 years now.
Oh, and you're the vocalist now. What's your name so everyone can meet you?
Melatonin.
Melatonin? That your stage name?
Yes.
That's cool. Okay, so
That's freaking awesome.
you guys, I'm sure you already know. Our name is Sepsiss, and a lot of people associate that with the blood disease. It's not, but we do agree that it is a silly as hell name. Like Anthrax or Cannibal Corpse or Butchered Babies or any. Now that's one of the reasons why. That's one of the reasons why we started and joined a metal band, is so we could be silly, so we could be corny, so we could be outrageous, so we could be amplified and expressive. And we don't mind people making fun of us a lot. So we have a funny name, and people tend to call us, step kids and stepsis and sepsis, and
Whole line.
with biohazard and 3FD. I have to know, what does 3FD stand for?
3 fingers deep.
3 fingers deep?
Yeah.
Shocker.
Or a 3-foot devil.
3 foot down.
It stands for 3. It stands for 3 fingers deep.
I love that.
Some people to use their perception.
Yeah.
When we started and came up with a name, we had that, but we just left it as 3FD, and that was always the question. What do you think 3FD means to you? Be anything that starts with 3FD. 3 funny dudes. It can be anything. We just left it like that, but there was a true meaning, but we didn't want to reveal that early on because, well, it's a little risque.
Yeah, well, I relate to what you guys are doing with that because, like our name actually doesn't mean anything. We just wanted to make a name that was metal sounding and easy to Google, right? And that it was kind of corny and fun and silly, like all of the other like metal bands that we loved growing up. So looking crazy and having a look and having the masks and for namesake, we really relate to that with you guys. I was watching some of your live performances. You guys are really action packed on stage.
We try to have fun.
Yeah.
You know, we've all been doing this, not as a band for 10 years, but we've all been doing it for 20 plus years, you know, and as you know, the more, it's about music, of course, that is the first and foremost thing, but we're also entertainers.
Yeah.
You know, so when you go out there and doing guitar tricks and, you know, and sitting on trees' lap while you're playing something, you know.
Yeah, go mingle with the crowd, get
Yeah.
them involved. This dude has actually literally had here, hold this pick. I just want you to go like this, and I'm gonna play a guitar solo, and you're gonna play it for me.
We get a lot of shit for dressing up a lot. We get a lot of shit for dressing up in wardrobes and self promotion and putting on a show. In the past, a lot of people have been outspoken about us putting on a show with the idea that maybe only national acts or maybe only superstars should be allowed to do that. Do you guys get any shit for wearing your masks and putting on such active stage performances?
The only thing that we get out of that is, can you guys go on after us? Nobody in the state of Maine is doing what we're doing, and you know everybody is not everybody, but they're not wearing masks. They're not, you know,
Yes.
getting in crazy outfits. They're not wearing orchestra jackets like we are and stuff like that. And they're not jumping up on cabinets and bar stools and running across the bar and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and I'm like, go run across the stage, run across the field, and just do open air shows. And like me and him have wireless, and we just walk around and just interact with everyone. Everyone loves that stuff. You can hear us clear as day on stage, but we're right in your face.
Yeah.
When we were booking bands and considering bands for Swarmy Fest, you know, this year especially, we really wanted to introduce our fans to bands that shared our passion for theater and dressing up and running around. And I guess the real word is like interactive.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You guys have an interactive stage performance, and we felt that it was a really good fit. I'm going to shut up and let Lexi say something because I think she wants to ask y'all a question.
How hard is it to find a venue or a place to play at in Maine?
We're very fortunate because we've been around for a long time. We don't get our own gigs. We get asked.
Yeah.
So,
Once in a while, we'll book a show, but most of them it's, hey, can you play with us? We got a gig. Can you play with us?
Yeah, that's
awesome.
kind of. So we're kind of lucky that way, you know. It's really been like that for probably really since Mel's joined the band. You know, she's been a big lift for us. Not putting down other people that've been in the band, but
for sure.
Since she's joined the band, you know, we really. I gotta be honest with you. It kind of. I hate to say it this way because it sounds, you know, egotistical, but they fall in our lap. We play 20 to 30 times a year, you know, and we don't
ask for it. They ask us.
Yeah.
I think that's great. I think that's great, and
That's
I also think that that's not clout chasing. I think that that's something to celebrate. I think that is a sign of you guys being successful, and I'm really glad to hear that you're embracing that. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay to promote yourself. It's okay to. You guys have paid your dues. You guys, and I'm telling you that. You guys have been around for 10 years. A lot of people can't do anything for 10 minutes.
Squirrel.
True. That's funny that you say that because we are a tight band too. And that's one thing is how do you guys so tight? How you guys be crazy as you are and so tight? Well, we practice 8 hours a week.
Wow.
So,
I was going to
it's
ask
every
you
Tuesday,
guys.
Thursday, 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. We play the songs. I can't tell you how many times. And it's over. It's of course, as you know, as a musician, it becomes muscle memory. So we're just constantly keep doing it because we when we do play, we want to give them the best possible that we can possibly be at that moment.
Yeah.
What a great answer.
We always give 110%, even if he's played shows. Scully's played shows. Fucking, you weren't feeling well. You felt like dog shit that day. How the hell did you pull that show off? And we know that you're sick. He's like, dude, I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm gonna do it.
I've been on my own personal journey trying to find bands, with more of a mission. I like music and artists and rappers and singers that talk about butt cheeks and how nice their watch is or whatever. I'm cool with nonsense music, and we make some pretty silly music that means nothing. But lately, I really have been searching for bands that don't just have a catalog of nothing. Do you guys have a mission? Do you guys have a purpose? I know you guys are playing. I know you guys are friends, and that's a wonderful thing. But for your music, is there a message? Is there something you want people to learn along the way? Is there something that you're helping people grow or share? What can people learn from your music?
Oh, when we started out, we wanted to be as stupid as possible. I mean, like one of our songs is called Butt Mud.
Never trust a fart.
What's it called? I'm sorry.
It was called Butt Mud.
And what is it about? If you don't, what is it about?
In your pants.
Shit in your pants.
And I'm not trying to be sarcastic. Is the lyrics?
No, it's seriously about shitting your pants and like never trust a fart because it's a gamble, 50-50.
Right. So what happened?
Would you describe?
This song in particular, Tree here, he came to practice.
Yep. Stylistically, how do you guys see yourself? I don't want to know what people call you. What do you think? Do you think you're thrash metal? Are you rock and roll?
No.
Or
I think we're
in amalgam.
What?
Or something else.
We're an amalgam of all the different types of music out there put together.
Yeah,
a mix of a lot of different genres.
You don't want to be stuck. I get that.
Yeah.
But we share the same thing that other people share for the love of music.
Yeah, but I mean the style of music. When people listen to our songs,
I mean, if you guys did a lullaby, would it be shocking if you guys wrote a lullaby or a harmonic bridge? You guys could pull that off.
People know they don't know what to expect.
Yeah, we could. I mean, so when it comes to songwriting, it's all about the moment, but
for sure. No, I was really wondering, like, is there some stuff that you guys wouldn't do? I mean, there's very few there's very few things that we might not do, right? But there are some things that we might not do, like yodeling. But maybe I yodel if I could.
If
like a yodel breakdown,
right? Yeah.
No,
I'm like, hey, if the shoe fits, we're gonna try to wear it.
Yeah, absolutely. We would try it. I mean, if it worked, it works.
That's cool,
we
man.
got.
Shit, I play Polka Beach.
Yeah, no. I love that you guys have no limits.
No, there is no. Like, we got one song. Do you guys remember "All in the Family"?
I do. Yes.
So she sounds like what's her name?
Edith.
Edith Bunker. She can.
Why does that work for me?
It works for the song. I'll tell you that.
That works for me. It's funny you say that because I chose heavy metal myself because I didn't want to make everything pretty. I didn't want everything to be organized. I don't want everything to be understandable or comfortable. We chose heavy metal, so every now and then we could make ugly shit. We could write things that didn't make sense to other people. We could bend and break rules, and we don't always have to hit pretty notes or be on time. That's really why we chose metal. I like that about you guys.
Yeah,
What's
again,
one thing you guys would
I don't.
change about live music?
What would I change? Oh,
Yeah, if you can make it. Yeah,
I'm
if you
gonna
can
be.
make
I'm
it
gonna be
better.
honest
It
with
doesn't
you.
have to be something negative. It could be
Yeah.
just making it
No,
better.
no. I think if there was something that I would like to change about live music,
More venues.
yeah, it'd be
More
more
venues, more bars that are actually going to take and hey, we're gonna have
I hear
open
that.
mics and we can do that.
Yeah.
That's
Take the
I
risk.
agree.
Take the risk. I mean, is it Loud Entertainment? I mean, they reached out to us, and they're like, yeah, we'll take a risk on you. You know what I mean? And
That's
so
that's who referred you guys. I don't know if you know that, but
Yes.
yeah. So
Yeah.
when we were searching for bands, we were like, we need more bands that are fucking crazy like us. And the people at Loud Entertainment were like, have you ever heard of this band? 3FD. I said no, and that's how we found you guys. Is we were like, well, we know this other band. They dress up. They break all the fucking rules. They run around the stage like you guys. You guys got to check them out. And that's it's through Larry and Loud and them how we discovered you, actually.
Yeah. But that's exactly what we're saying is that it's the so I'm an older gentleman, so in the 90s there was a whole market. I could play 100 clubs just in the state of Maine. Now it's down to maybe 15, 20.
I'd say like maybe 30, 40, depending on what part of the state. If you're in the southern part of the state, Portland area,
Yeah.
there's gonna be more. But you get towards Lewiston, Augusta area, there's a lot fewer places and bars that actually have live music and live bands.
Right.
I'm glad to get you guys down to New Hampshire. This is awesome.
This is
Yeah.
perfect.
Well, that actually came out at the beginning of the year. We kind of, we played all the clubs here in Maine, and and it was, where are we going from here? Are we just going to keep beating the crap out of Maine and not really? Because we know everybody. You know how there's a circle, right? I mean, Maine's small, so we know all the bands and everything like that,
Yes.
and we love playing with all of them. But that you got to take the next step forward.
And it gets old after a while. I'm like, you're playing with the same bands and the same venues. I'm like I said, are we going to stay here, or are we going to take and try to grow and move?
Yeah, and that's why we made that decision at the beginning of the year of how do we get to the next state? How do we get to a couple states? I mean, we played Mass
Right.
twice this year. We're going to be playing New Hampshire a couple times this year. I mean, it's baby steps, but
The thing is too, is like, you said 10 years, and I made a joke about 10 months, but like just staying a band and being a band, I don't know if general society or even people in bands, I don't know if they realize that just being in the band today is a huge success. When people don't go out to the fucking movies. I mean, it's people don't walk their own dogs. So I mean, to get up each week and meet with real human beings and hash it out and not only practice and organize and record and invest in all the gear, but get together and in these economic challenging times, no matter where you're at, people have new behaviors and they're counting and pinching pennies and trying to get things together. So, I mean, with gas prices and traveling and fucking forest fires. And I mean, really, it's not just, you mentioned the 90s. I'm the oldest guy in the band here. And it's not the same as just going to the beach with your kids as it was.
no.
Being in a band now, if you're over 25, you're in your 30s and your 40s and you're still in a band and you've survived this long and you're still doing it, chances are you're doing it for fun. And finally there's a good enough reason to make music, right? Fun. So chances are, if you're over 30, you're making music and you have fun baked into your recipe, which it definitely shows for you guys. That's why we booked you. But you guys deserve a pat on the back, really. And so do other bands in your situation, because you've made it work. You've lasted the test of time. People have come and people have gone in your band, but you've not given that a reason one way or another to abandon ship. You guys are still doing it, and that is a huge part of the success and the definition of success of being in a band is having it survive.
Right?
I said, I'm like, he's been playing 20 plus years. He's been playing 20 plus years. I'm almost 20 years. I'm like, we all love music. So to actually hang out with a group of guys that you can actually vibe with.
Yes. Yes, and if you guys would have had played all the festivals, if you would have played with all the bands, if you went to all the places, you would have, I mean, sure, you could have done it again, but you would have never been able to embark on the experience that you have now. But you've lasted the test of time, you stayed a band, and I'm sure you've made adjustments. I'm sure that you have upgraded your definitions and your standards and your boundaries and your chops and your levels of success. You've tightened up your definitions and your core beliefs, and now you are ready to play in New Hampshire. Now you are ready to go to those other places. And if you'd have played all those places earlier on, then you would not necessarily be the work in progress that you are today. You guys deserve all the celebration for that.
No, we very much appreciate it.
No, congratulations to you guys for that, and still being a band. I hope you guys continue to play, because that's the ultimate success, is to be able to still get up there and still continue to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, too, and there's a lot of things that go along with and our longevity. I mean, unfortunately, we've gone through some, ups and downs, family loss, that kind of thing. And we all huddled together, and somehow.
Where you guys have lasted the test of times is where, and nothing against these people, we all have different pathways in life, but where you guys have gone on as a band is where a lot of bands call it quits.
Yep.
Where really,
Really?
We have some of those same experiences, and that's why I said, if you're over 25 and still doing this, if you're over 30 and you're still doing this, you deserve a pat on the back because you're still doing it, and you've walked that line, you've walked up to that line, you've walked up to that boundary where hundreds of other New England bands would have abandoned ship, would have thrown in the towel, they lost 2 members, they would have called it quits. You guys decided to keep going, and now you're playing new places and doing new things. I think that's great, to be honest with you.
Before Mel even came on the band, I mean, we were just doing it as a 3-piece, just chugging away.
Right. 3 to 4. Then we went to a 5. We lost 2, went back down to a 3.
Most people quit after that. You got to understand, that's where the average person, you guys are superhumans. That's where the average person that thinks they want to be in a band, that's their limit. 2 people quit the band, or some people don't see eye to eye creativity, and that's it. Or an uncle dies, or somebody goes broke or homeless, and that's where, I'm not making fun of anybody, that's a good reason to throw in a towel. And you guys have come across those things and decided to keep going. You guys have come to those lines where most bands and the average person might have thrown in a towel. You guys have decided to stay tight. You kept the door open for the right fit. I'm glad you guys got Mel now.
Yeah, we are too.
That's awesome. I really, like, when I heard you, Mel was in the band already, and I thought that she'd already been in the band for years.
Yeah.
So that was my introduction, was the lineup that you have now. So I'm really excited about it. That's the lineup that got you booked.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah. No,
I'm gonna let Lexi in.
What's one thing your band wants to accomplish?
Golly.
So we want to put out an album.
You can say more than one thing.
Yeah, you can say a collection of things, but what are some goals or things you guys want to accomplish?
It is put out an album, and we do have all the songs recorded and everything else, but you know how it goes. You got to mix it, you got to master it, you got to get it on the vinyl, you got to do everything else, and
we're in the mixing part right now.
Right, and again, so we are a performing band, and we believe that is our trait, so to speak.
Yes.
So, we got a gig this weekend. We played this gig for 3 or 4 years. It's a barbecue that we do every year.
Cool.
We put down the mixing for the week because we're just going to practice all 8 hours just so when we go and perform, this Saturday.
The way your
gonna be
ears aren't
perfect.
bleeding. You're not,
Yeah, right.
that way you can recognize the sound of a crash
Right
cymbal.
on.
Yeah. So I mean, if anything that's been slowing us down for producing the album, because we don't take time off, so
Yes.
it's
We all have day jobs. We do this on the side and gig on the weekends. So
Yeah.
it's like
Totally.
we all have families and lives.
Right on.
So it's like I'm like, we tell people, I'm like, we'll play a show with you, but we need 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We need a
love
little
that.
bit of heads up so we can plan and get everything situated with work and families.
That's
So that's why
organized.
we have it. Yeah, that's why the album is struggling right now. I actually kind of chuckle about it because we recorded all the songs.
Do you
3
feel
years ago.
do you feel pressured? Do you feel like guilty? Do you feel do you feel like, oh my God, we need to record something right now? Do you feel like that every now and then?
In my opinion, it is guilt. It is because.
Thank you for being honest. You're just a musician. I promise you. I promise you. You're just a musician. You're a good human being. You're dedicated, to your work. I promise you're going to get a good recording. It's going to happen for you.
Yeah, well, that's where I feel guilty. Is again, we recorded everything, went over and tweaked it because obviously Mel's in the band, that kind of thing. I went and retweaked it, and then the guilt is that we still want to keep performing. We don't take time off and say we're going to take a whole month and just mix the album,
Just
get it
finish
out to mastered and everything. We don't, and of course, you know how time is. It goes by pretty quick. Next thing
for
you know,
sure.
you're looking in the mirror, going 3 years already, and so that's my guilt. Is that we just don't slow the pony ride down, and we just want to keep doing what we're doing. But there has got to be a time that we're doing pretty well. We got how many now, Matt? Mick?
12, 14.
12.
Well, we got 12
songs.
mixed.
That's good. You know
Yeah,
what
so-
it is too is like, and I'm sure you guys will do it. There'd just be a time when you guys will all have to sit down and say, you know what, we got to be disciplined. We're gonna just
Yeah.
not play for 90 days, damn it, and then just
Yeah.
bite into it. And
That's tough for us.
That's
That's so hard.
I'm not speaking for just myself, but I think I'm speaking for all 4 of us. Is we love playing on that stage.
Yeah.
That's
The feeling, the feeling is crazy.
I'm glad that you guys know
somebody's
that.
shoulders and playing a guitar solo, because they want you to do that. That's just, you don't get that, and you only get that like once or twice in a lifetime. You know what I mean?
All right,
That's
there's
right.
more of that story. We'll get into that later. Scott.
But that's how it is. We really love performing, and when we get again, when somebody asks us to perform, we don't turn it down. We go for it, and we kind of put the album aside.
And your focus is on the rehearsal. Your focus is on practicing and sounding good and getting ready for real people to watch. I mean, that's largely why we got into it also.
Yeah.
And as a result, we've been a band for 16 years, and we didn't record music until we started demoing music in 2018.
Okay, so when you guys started demoing music, how far into the span of the band before you started doing that? Because we just started recording.
Yeah. So we had been a band we had been a band from 2011 until 2018 before really starting to make the decision to tune our guitars and cut demos. For real.
Yeah. Well, 7, 8 years. That ain't bad.
Yep.
Well,
and it's for the same reason.
You need that for your development anyway. So
Yes, I was just about to say we sounded really bad, and we weren't sure about arrangements. We were still auditioning a lot of the parts and finding ourselves and fine-tuning, like, what's our tunings going to be? What are our gauges going to be? Where is this the fill we really want right here? And it was really trying to nail and determine, is this really the note we want to be singing? Is that really the tone of the guitar? And it took us years to figure that out, and we still don't know what the hell we're doing.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
We don't know. As
like
soon as
last
we
week
think
we
we've
were
got
on
something good, we've got another song or another gig like
There's
you
something
got.
new to learn.
Well, I think the funny thing is that you listen to it. We'll listen to it today, going, man, that sounds awesome. You listen to it next Tuesday, going, well, maybe we should.
And,
Oh no, I know. Crash
Some of that's
cymbals start
good,
sounding like paper
but some of that
bags.
could be replaced. Yeah.
It's like, man, I could have sworn that was a crash cymbal last night.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, we only got time for a couple more questions. So I just want everybody to know where you guys are playing next, how people can come and hang out with you. I want everybody listening to this right now, anybody that's a true friend of mine and a real supporter of music. I don't care about styles and tastes and your comfort. Everybody, please go follow the 3FD page right now, because you love me and because I said so, and because I'm asking you guys to, because it is also in support of what we do here at Sepsiss. It's no gimmick or just a Facebook post when it comes to supporting bands. It's something that we do in reality. Where are you guys playing next?
We're playing in Wisconsin, the Dark Rain Barbecue.
And where's the barbecue at, guys?
We're playing at the Dark Rain Barbecue in Wiscasset, Maine.
Right on.
And then, and then the following weekend, we got a back-to-back. We're going to be playing at the Jewel.
Yeah.
And then that's going to be Friday night. And then on Saturday, we're going to be playing
Social
Goose
in Brunswick,
Maine.
Cool. We'll try to sneak up that Friday. Maybe we can pop into the Jewel and come and say hello to you guys.
Yeah.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
That'd be cool, man. I'd love to get a chance to see you guys live. And I like that you guys are going down to the Jewel before we get down there. I think that's great. Great way to mingle and rub elbows with everybody in Manchester. I appreciate you guys coming on today. Is there anything that you think people should know about you guys? Is there anything we're missing?
We're a lesbian boy band. We're a lesbian boy band.
From on behalf of me and everybody here at the band in Sepsiss and all of our fans in the Swarm, thank you guys so much for taking the time out today and being patient and working with us with the devices, making it come together. Thank you for going the extra mile.
Thank you. We had a great time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
we look forward to sharing the stage with you guys. Peace and love, and keep rocking. We'll try to see you guys that Friday, okay?
All right.
Much love and respect.